to another RPG Reanimators. It's a live actual play where we're playing Trail of Cthulhu 2nd Edition Beta of Tell Me, Have You Seen the Yellow Sign by Kevin Ross. Our GM this time is Zander, and will be leading us through this delightful spiral, I'm sure, into madness. So, Zander, take it away.
I'll add one more note. This is a heavily reanimated version of Tell Me Have You Seen the Yellow Sign? If you want to play the original as written or want to experience that in any way, don't listen to this one because it's different.
Excellent.
All right, so it is February 26th, 1924. In the week leading up to Mardi Gras, the festivities are already ramping up. Revelers in the streets brazenly ignore prohibition, while street performers blast their trumpets, juggle, and entertain. However, from the partying outside, we instead pull back from the street into a dingy, cramped little office. Who do we find here in the office? We have Chet Halberns, Dr. James Matson, and Ralph Elliott, who they are currently sort of instructing in some form or fashion. So why don't we get a little bit of introduction to these three individuals? Chet, you are our PI, so why don't you sort of describe yourself, what you're doing, and sort of how your area of the office.
Right. So my area of the office, I'm currently sitting down. It's messy. Chet's a messy person. He's currently hunched over a bunch of files, a little small electric desk fan going off. He's in button-down shirt, rolled up sleeves, suspenders, and he's chewing gum because he's actually a recovering alcoholic. So that's how he gets his craving satisfied. And he is kind of making like a murder board and showing Ralph his methods of putting two and two together. This is how I do it. It's my own method.
It's the yarn between the people and
Right. And evidence. You got
okay.
something like this at the police force?
Nothing quite so homespun there, Chet. And Ralph is a young, we'll say like early 20s, kind of fresh-faced individual. He is missing his left arm, and he has like the kind of the classic sleeve rolled around in it. So he's kind of like carefully putting the picture, and then with his other, like with his thumb, able to tack it in. It looks like he's been missing this for probably most of his life, maybe a childhood injury. Um, yeah, that's great. Uh, Dr. Manson, do you have a method of your own that you're using here?
Usually I just take a look and see if I can get the bullet out.
Yeah, that hasn't happened in a couple months, so that's good.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't seen a body in a few months, but
Work's been kind of short.
Well, it's a lot of wives looking for where their husbands are.
That's very popular.
I assume Mardi Gras makes that a lot easier.
Mardi Gras
you gotta see who's behind the mask, right?
Mardi Gras is kind of difficult for me right now.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, Chet.
All right.
And Dr. Matson, can you describe yourself as sort of your area of the office?
Sure. I think Dr. Matson's area is pretty neat. He's got a lot of papers, a lot of books, tomes, anatomy, that sort of thing. He's got a cross up on the wall beside his desk. And he's, I think, probably like short, blonde, pretty clean cut hair, clean shaven as well. Yeah. He's probably sitting there with his feet up on the desk, just reading up, just watching what's happening, and just keeping his knowledge up. Maybe a Bible on the corner.
So the three of you have all gathered because a few days ago you did receive a call. There was a sort of frantic sounding individual who asked to have your attention. He mentioned there was something about a strange symbol and a mysterious death, but he'd fill you in on the details once once a payment was sort of up for discussion. He is coming to meet you very soon. He did say he was bringing someone along with him.
Now, what was this client's name?
This guy's name is Charles Sundstrom. He was asking about the death of a Peter Gavin.
Yeah,
Peter Gavin, Charles What?
I heard Sunchurn, and I feel like
Sundstrom.
Sunstrom.
Sunstrom.
And then Peter Gavin with two V's.
Using high society, does that name mean anything to me?
Yeah, so you would know that Charles Sundstrom is the head editor at the New Orleans Gazette, one of the sort of middle tier papers.
Oh, fuck.
So this could be big for you two, is what I'm hearing.
That's right. Expand the budget.
They probably
Finally
got
got
money.
you on.
I wouldn't say no. Well, a paycheck wouldn't go amiss these days.
You know, life's rough for working class people these days.
Yeah, you're telling me. And he probably looks like he's maybe worn the same clothes for a few days in a row.
And sort of as you're sort of discussing, there is, I imagine you're sort of like a small little office in like a whole office building. So, you're sort of like, you see like a silhouette outside of the frosted glass window. And there is a dum, dum, dum.
I'll go get it.
All right. Thanks, Matson.
Open the door.
You open the door and you see two people. One of them is a sort of larger, thick-set, and grim-faced man. You see him, he looks at you, he immediately slicks back his greasy, graying hair. You see he's got a lucky strike in his hands, or, smoking it very, sort of lets out a puff of smoke basically as soon as you open the door. Otherwise, the second person standing next to him is Jerry Bradshaw. So, Rex, why don't you describe your character?
Sure. Still damp with sweat and only looking less greasy by proximity to his boss, Charles Sundstrom. Jerry Bradshaw is a little shorter of stature, maybe closer to 5'4" or so, is a ginger, but keeps it under a cap, one of those old newsboy sort of era caps and whatnot. He's got a messenger bag slung over to the side and just wearing a loose-fitting shirt that you can see has well-worn sweat stains around the collar and the pits. It looks like he also has been wearing this for a few days.
Welcome into Alberts and Matson. You want to take a seat? We've got a ashtray over here.
He sort of, nods like, yes, thank you. And he starts, he sort of goes over to this seat and sort of once again, sort of this huge sort of cloud of smoke just sort of emerges from his mouth.
Mr. Sundstrom, I presume?
Yes, I did call
handshake.
Yeah, handshake. It's very, very gruff hands, very, rough. It's very someone who, despite being an editor, has seen some real, physical work. Or gives you a handshake, very firm grip. Says, look, I've been, I have a job for you. Okay, call ahead. So if you don't mind, I can go ahead and give you the lowdown.
Make yourself comfortable. I pull up a seat in this cramped office.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I'll sit down and pull out a notepad, so I'll be taking notes for the other two
Yeah.
as we go. I think
I'll
that
sit
makes
on top of my desk.
I was just going to say I'm leaning against my desk.
While
Or
everyone
He,
else is
uh,
leaning in various degrees, you see Jerry pops open. He has like one of those tin cans and starts rolling his own cigarette.
Yep. He sort of gestures over. This is Bradshaw. You'll be working together if you take the case. Really
Alright.
insisted. Son of the bitch really insisted coming along.
Pleasure to meet you, Bradshaw. I'm Alberts. Chet
Albert?
Alberts.
Chet, nice to meet you.
Dr. Madsen.
Doc? And
Ralph.
Ralph,
Sorry.
nice to
Yeah.
meet you. Call me Jerry.
Sure, Jerry. Thanks. Writes down Jerry. Oh, is that with a
Well,
G or a J?
Jay. Didn't know they
Thanks.
spelled him with G these days.
Sunstorm sort of begins.
Thorough.
Look, one of my reporters, a man by the name of Peter Gavin, I think was murdered after stumbling into some kind of conspiracy.
Now, you think it's a murder?
Yeah, he was talking about he found something big. He was researching one of the Mardi Gras crews that had something to do with the cult in New Orleans upper echelons. And you would know this is crews spelled Krewe, which is basically the sort of official term for Mardi Gras, like parade organizers, like the people who really like go into like the fund and set up all the parades and parties and such.
Oh, so they're in charge of all the floats and
Yeah,
designing those?
exactly.
Gotcha. Yep.
And stuff like the city decorations, that kind of deal. According to police, around 3 days ago, Gavin jumped, he air quotes, to his death from the roof of a building on the Tulane University campus. In his hand, he had clutched a torn and crumpled page. And there was this, and I told you about this, the symbol. And he immediately
Let's see
hands
it.
you
I
this
look at it.
torn page of paper. I will drop this in the Discord chat. You will see a handout.
Oh God, what is that? No.
Yeah. You look at it, it's a strange symbol. It looks to be, you could almost describe it as almost like 3 question marks surrounding a flower or an eye, or maybe something like a dragon sort of swooping down towards somewhere. It's got this, it sort of seems to be some sort of attempt at a calligraphical style as like a sketch. But, and you see there's a few words sort of surrounding it. And who would like to read those?
Sure thing. This says, Creighton, Bucard, but Fowler, most it's in my head, in my heart, in my dreams. Avden or Arden?
Avedon.
Avedon knows, have to warn him, beware of Screech.
He had you that and had this clutched in his hand when they found him on the ground.
Do any of these names mean anything to you?
I'd have to, I'd have to look through his notes. I can have Bradshaw show you to his desk if you want to come by the office to see what he was looking into. Names to me don't mean much.
Say Ralph writes that down as no.
I've come to you to determine the true cause of my boy's death. Well as I'd like some information on whatever this is, and he points towards the symbol. I'll pay you each $10 a day, 4-day wages up front, and an extra 25 when I get your answers.
Can I spend a point of bargain? Get a little more out of him?
Yeah, you sort of like that. So how are you pushing it up?
I'm gonna say that, he's saying it's a murder, but we're gonna need more evidence. This is gonna be a lot more legwork. And also we have, I don't want to say it in a mean way, but like a liability on hand.
He sort of like leans back, sort of, puffs the cigarette again. It's like, look,
To
I can
blow a
get you.
giant puff of smoke right in your face at that.
Mhm.
Okay,
Look, I
I'll
can get
take
you.
it.
How's 15 a day sound?
Sounds great. Deal.
He, reaches back out. Start, once again, extends a hand. Sounds like we got our bit partnership. Also, note, if you ever need it, I can let you down to the newspaper morgues. We got all our all our articles, going way back. So you need it, or you got access for
Is the bodies with the police now?
you. Yeah, said it was suicide, but I don't see it. Not my boy Gavin.
Was this the sorry? Was this the only thing he was working on, or
Yeah, this was his
uh,
beat. I don't know exactly what he was looking to do. Just he said it was something big and had to deal with these crews and something about the occult.
All right, well, we'll be on it. You have hired the best.
You've come highly recommended.
does
He
that sound
sort of,
true?
do you have assess honesty?
I do. I have a point in assess honesty.
Yeah, he wouldn't be coming to. This seems to be a thing. He wouldn't be coming to you if it weren't for someone told him you could do.
Okay, excellent.
Clearly, he's gone for like a little. Like there are better investigators that are, but that would be way more expensive. Like this.
Yep.
Like you seem to be like he's heard you're good, but he's not like he doesn't seem to be willing to go to like the big names.
We're
You're the
budgeting.
private detectives at home.
Yeah. Excellent. All right.
So will Sunstrom be with us, or is he going to walk off and
Look, I gotta
leave
get
Jerry
back
with
to
us?
the
Okay.
yeah, I gotta get back to the paper, but look, if you want to come down there, Gary can show you Gavin's desk, and once again, all our files are open for you.
Yeah. All right. So once he leaves, I'd like to talk to Jerry.
Yeah. Yeah, you see him sort of like step out the door. He's like, and
No.
he does sort of leave behind an envelope with the promised 4-day.
That's crazy. $60. I'm gonna say, hey, no offense, Jerry. That's not your money.
Yeah, none taken. I'm getting my own cut out of this too.
That's good. That's good. You gotta look out
Hey,
for each
listen.
other nowadays.
Hey, listen, sorry for your loss.
Yeah, it's all right. I knew Gavin. He was he was a good guy. I don't think he didn't seem the type,
Yeah.
Had a
Right.
Yeah,
decent life, better than mine.
So you
yeah,
think,
Gavin's
and your boss thinks
extremely
it's a murder.
driven. Yeah, you would know Gavin, Gary. Extremely driven man, African American man. Sort of one of the sort of a city beat sort of reporter. Did a lot of stuff in like society circles.
Mhm.
He seemed like and he was always a sort of cheerful, friendly sort of guy.
Yeah. I'm guessing like my main thing is like, he had a family back at home. Like,
He does not have any family.
well, son of a bitch, he had a cat back at home. And no, he was a good guy. My first hunch is someone must have pushed him off the roof or something. That this doesn't make any kind of sense. I don't know what he was doing up there, but he was clearly on to something. I've been on a different beat, so these words don't mean 6 age of shit to me. But hopefully y'all can find something else.
Listen, Gavin's gonna get justice.
And I'll be the one to write about it.
Did he mention anything about the university? Do we know why he was there? I assume
No.
most of the float crews wouldn't be at I'll write that down as maybe a lead at some point.
Yeah.
As we're talking, I'll count out the cash, put it in the safe, keep some for on the road if we need it, distribute it.
We can maybe get a meal.
Yeah. Lord knows when we had a good meal.
You can wash your shirt there, Ralph.
That honestly, I would appreciate being able to do a load of laundry.
First impressions are important, Ralph.
I'm doing.
True.
Yeah. Sorry. I'll do my best.
We know
So
you're a good guy. Just people judge you based on how you look. That's all.
All right.
okay.
not
Yeah.
wrong.
No, I get it. He's like getting buried under this. Like I understand. It's kind of expensive these days. The money is. So what do we? Where do we start with this? Like, you're the investigators. Do you start at the newspaper? Do you start with the body? Like, what's the step? Do we look into this weird symbol? And he's trying to like copy down the note into his notes. Uh, Obviously won't get the penmanship exactly, but he's writing this down.
Matson, I think the morgue's up your wheelhouse.
I'd like to go down to the morgue. Yeah. I think the other option is these names.
Right.
Who is he running with? And
So using streetwise or high society, those names mean anything to me?
High society, you would know that Chet Crichton, Dennis Bouchard, and Rosa Fowler are three heavily moneyed individuals in the city.
Oh boy.
Chet's new money, works in oil. Dennis is a young heir and a playboy, and Rosa is a shipping heiress. She was a staple of society events, but has retreated in the last year.
What was Creighton's first name?
Chet, also Chet.
Chet. This is gonna get confusing.
This town ain't big enough for the two of us.
All right. So all of these three individuals are high money.
Yeah. Avedon, I think with your streetwise, you could sort of point out if you're looking at you're sort of connecting it to like the idea of this like something sort of weird or occultish.
Yeah.
You know that there is a very fancy antiquarian gallery run by Francois Avedon. You've heard he might know a thing or two about this kind of thing.
All right. Sounds good. I think maybe well, I'll stop by the antiquarium gallery if anyone would like to come with me. And I mean, naturally, it seems like Jerry and Matson would go to the morgue, right?
yeah,
Sure.
I'd like
Uh,
to.
So, would you like to come with me, Rel?
Sure. Yeah. Dr. Matson, if they give you grief about getting into the morgue, I don't know if they would. You can drop my name, and they should let you in. I still know people here. They're moderately friendly. Just don't talk to my old boss. He's a bit of a asshole, frankly speaking. But yeah, Chet, I'll get the car around.
Okay. And then we can meet up at the newspaper offices, perhaps.
Sounds good.
All right. Let's meet there at 0400. No, wait. 1600.
It's like that's so
Yep.
early.
Yeah.
Gonna start first
breaking
thing in the
in.
morning. Gonna eat and do laundry tonight.
Yeah, so we'll say it's around noon.
Okay.
All right. So we got 4 hours, right? Then we can go to Marlene's Diner. Love that place.
Are you going to give me some cash?
Yeah, of course.
Just in case? Great.
Half and half,
Perfect.
as it always is.
For the three of you. I don't know if that math checks out.
No.
Ralph here is
Elliot,
training under
yeah.
us.
Yeah.
All right, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't mind a bonus, maybe part of the end thing, but work experience.
I'll straight up give you $5 right now because,
Jeez.
like, that's how you negotiate a deal.
Yeah, thanks, Chet. Wowee. He's thinking to himself. Yeah, no, and as we're going out though, he will like open a drawer and pull out the revolver and like a holster and belt it onto himself.
As you go, wow, we again.
Wowee. Click, click.
Jeepers.
I guess I would have like one of those like chest holsters, so I'll put a jacket over it.
Yeah.
I
As
was going to
step
say,
out.
it's the other tip, Elliot. You've got to stay strapped.
Yeah, no, I'm way ahead of you there. I got my license. I'm, yeah.
I tell you,
one's-
those
no
big
one's
money
making
names
trouble.
make me nervous.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing good comes from somebody having that much money.
Boy, you said it.
All right. Who do you think this Screech guy is?
Do we have vehicles? I
Assuming
think
the
I'm gonna get a
yeah.
taxi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't think I have a car.
I have a car that barely runs. Like it's
Ooh, love it.
truly just kind of scraping between trips back to the mechanic.
I think Matson tends to walk everywhere.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Good
I
for your
think
health.
my car is in the shop. I still gotta pay it, the mechanic. So I'm gonna get the taxi just for vibes.
All right, you can you step outside. You call a cab. It's you know it's not like the streets are flooded with people, but there's there's plenty of like street performers sort of like on the sidewalks and stuff. People are it's definitely a week up to Mardi Gras starts a week ahead. So you're sort of right at the sort of beginning of the celebrations.
All right. So hand the taxi driver a few coins. Take us to the
Mhm.
antiquarian gallery on that street.
All right, you can do so. But first, we're going to follow our friends heading off towards the New Orleans Police Department.
All right. So you drive here, Jerry?
Do what? Actually, I think I'm going to retcon what I just said because I think if
Okay.
there's a trolley car or some kind of a cab, that fits the
Yeah,
Noah
yeah.
vibe a bit better.
All right,
Yeah, I was gonna say we catch a trolley.
Because also these
car.
1920s cars look like fucking Great Gatsby, and I was thinking more of like an old jalopy, but we'll make do.
Mm. All right. So eventually you'll step out in front of the sort of sprawling New Orleans Police Department, sort of headquarters building. Assuming you'll sort of be at the one of the precinct that that would be near to Lane, and you'll
Yeah.
see, you can sort of push your way into the front. You'll see sort of there's like a little like man trap sort of desk area where you can see there's behind like a glass sort of glass screen you can see there's a desk officer sort of typing away at a typewriter. Has a big ass phone next to him. You know, Sort of types away. Goes to pick up a call. Sort of looks at you. Sort of acknowledges your presence. Sort of like glances over to like one of the waiting seats while he takes the call.
Hello. We're here. Can I get your attention?
He like raises a finger. He sort of like mutters something at the other end of the phone, and puts it down. It's like, yeah,
Hi. We might have met before. I'm Dr. Matson. I'm with the Alberts and Matson private investigators. We're here regarding a case, and I was hoping to get in to look at a body.
sort of looks up at you, goes sort of sighs, like stops typing, like immediately goes to open a file and like sort of like cabinet at the desk. Like, all right, who are you looking for?
We're looking for Gavin's the last name.
Gavin.
Two V's.
Two V's. All right. Starts flipping through. It's like, ah. So looks up at you. It's like, all right, what you looking for?
Just hoping to have a look at the body.
Look at the body. Starts them through, and yeah, if you sort of drop Ralph's name, you can eventually,
Yeah.
he'll eventually sort of like back and forth. He's like, yeah, we can get you. Me, look, I have to go talk off to. We've got Grant and Walter. Probably want to go talk to them. Got and you would know if you've done this before. August
Mhm.
Cornior is the name of the local coroner. He'd be probably the guy you would sort of go to ask to get into the morgue.
Okay. Yeah, I can go see Tornior. All right. I'll go in that direction. Let's go, Jerry.
I think while I let Matson take the lead in that, I kind of want to stand just to the side of the cop's desk and take a sneak peek at whatever files and things he was working on, if there's sorts of open cases and whatnot, just seeing what sort of things may be happening.
Yeah. So he would have pulled up the Gavin's file. So if you want to sort of get a sneak why don't you give me then, just as a demonstration, a stealth roll with that.
Okay.
Would it be possible just to say if I held out my hand for the file to get it from him?
He sort of like looks at you and is like, he
It's a
can
6
sort of
on the die for the stealth roll.
Yeah, so you've got law or criminology.
I have both.
Yeah. Then you'll be able to sort of talk him into like you sort of like get a glance at it, see there's something interesting there, and you sort of he'll sort of slide it over. Sort of, looks at you. Is like, you're friends with Ralph, right?
Yeah, he works with us.
All right. Good kid. Shame he didn't. And so you can start looking over. So you see, you start looking in at this file as you're I imagine you're sort of looking at this while you're walking through the bullpen. You have a bunch of cops sort of, screaming at each other. You're sort of like walking through sort of these sort of like, wood cubicles. All these, beat cops have all gotten their desks, their little desks and such. So there's a couple things on the report. So they have officially ruled it as suicide, seemingly against the coroner's suggestions. There seems to be a sort of discrepancy there as you're looking through sort of like this file folder. They do seem to have two detectives currently on looking into what's labeled as the most honorable crew of swords. And that is, once again, crew spelled Krewe. They seem to still have, while it's been ruled a suicide, they do seem to still be investigating some angle of it. And the two detectives currently on that are Grant Jameson and Walter Hardy. You can see, sort of, as you're looking through the coroner's report, this body looks very mangled. Like, you need to get a better look, but like from what you're written down, like the report seems to lead to the suggestion that the damage from the fall indicate something much higher than the nearest university building, according to the coroner's according to the coroner.
Okay. I mean, I've talked to the coroner before. I can go talk to him. Did you want to come with me to look at this body, or did you want to talk to Jameson and Hardy?
Let's see. No, I need to. I knew PETA. I need to see this at least for own closure.
I mean,
Spoilers. It's actually just for reporting juicy details.
If you're sure. I mean, it's not for everybody.
You act like I've never done this before. I've seen the dead body.
I don't know what you've seen before. I don't like to assume.
At this point, you'll sort of like you can sort of like knock on Tortier's office. He sort of like peeks the door open. You see there's this sort of tall, gangly looking fellow, dressed, sort of very professionally, nice suit on, nice suit and tie. He looks at you, it's like, Dr. Matson, where's this be again? What can I help you with?
Hold out my hand, a hearty handshake. We've been hired, Alberts and I have been hired to take a look at Peter Gavin, his body. I see that you didn't agree that it was a suicide, and I'm inclined to go with your recommendation, but we've been hired to take a look. This is Bradshaw. He's working
Nice
with
to
us.
meet you. He, shakes your hand. All right, we can, yeah. He sort of looks at you, sort of bad jaw, sort of gets a look in your eye, like, this one's pretty nasty, but we can, yeah.
He can handle it.
All right, yeah, as long as he can handle it. And he shakes his head and he's like, all right. And he starts leading you towards the basements where they keep them, where the station keeps the morgue.
Okay.
You enter this freezing cold space, sort of lined with these, those metal drawers. There's a couple of, gurneys and tables set in sort of the center of the room. He flicks on a flickering Edison bulb sort of above you. And he walks over to one of the drawers, checking tags and such until he pulls one open and you see a body bag, which he carefully moves onto one of the gurneys and then over to a table. He opens the bag and I need both of you to make me a stability test. And a stability test works the same as anything else. You can spend stability to add to your D6 roll. So if you believe this was going to be something, if it was like a 1 or 2 that you might lose, you might not want to spend a point. But if it's like, if you think it could be worse, like a 3 to 5 or worse, you could spend points to lose some stability automatically, but maybe not lose as much.
After I tried to like be all tough, I'm gonna spend 2 stability points because I would hate to Ralph like right now. My
Hey.
reputation's on the line. He said he couldn't
Okay.
handle it.
Yeah.
One, I'm glad I did. I rolled a 2, so 4.
Okay, I'm gonna spend 1, I think.
And
and I got a 5, so
just a little note. 4 is sort of your general target for any mundane sanity stability loss. 5 or higher only comes with mythos stability loss as your sort of your target numbers at least.
So it's about a 50-50 if you just did nothing for these like low level ones. Okay.
So yeah, you two managed to keep it together, and
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you are looking at a horribly mangled body. It's slashed and torn almost to rags. The throat has been like torn out, and the body is crumpled into these, just basically a bag of bones and blood. Except
yeah,
James
sorry.
Batson, James, with your medicine, I say bones and blood. There's not a lot of it. Not a lot of blood.
Interesting. So I was gonna say I've got biology, I've got forensics.
Looking through, he'll also sort of hand you like his full report instead of just the summary you got on the police report. And with your physics skill and your medicine skill, you can sort of confirm his suspicions. The impression from the fall was 6 inches deep, which is far too deep for falling from the edge of that the nearest building.
Was he on a mountain or something?
I don't know. I can't imagine he was. I can't imagine he was even pushed. So it must have been. It could have been suicide, but he would have had to leap out of a plane.
Yeah. That's this is very suspicious. Well, we can look into it some more, and I think we can push your assessment. I know money talks, but
yeah, they say I told them what I thought, but yeah, you've got criminology, don't you, Jerry?
Oh yeah.
I will say this is a black man who has died here. You can sort of tell where the police might have, let this one slide.
I think, like after seeing the body, I turned my back around a bit and rolled another cigarette, lit it up, and now I have one of those pirate pads taking notes. And well, the thing is, though, the official police report just listed as a fall. I thought he might have been pushed, but this ain't that. So
Yeah.
maybe on the record as an anonymous source, what is your expert opinion on what happened here?
Listen, I have no idea. Like these cuts, and he starts putting it. And like he's like, he's got like gloves on. He's sort of like, and you can see he's like pulling apart different parts of the body to like see like the like sort of pulling out sort of the various tears and such, and pointing out various broken bones. Like this, I can see come a fall. This, and he points to like one of these cuts, and especially like the torn out throat. He's like that. I don't know.
That looks like a wild
that ain't
animal.
from a fall. Yeah, yeah.
It's
Maybe
not
the
enough
animals.
blood.
Yep. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking animal first, but yeah, there's not
Yeah.
enough blood for that. It's been, I don't know.
So what, was he attacked by a vampire bat or something? Come
I
on.
guess
We gotta have something else to work on here.
I checked around. I was at the body site. Not the blood hadn't. It's not like the blood's out of him. It wasn't on the ground around him when he fell.
Do you have
There
anything in his
wasn't
pockets?
blood on it.
But nothing in his pockets but this weird. All I got was this weird note. I gave that back to gave that to his boss. And like he was the closest thing to next of kin that this guy had.
That's grim as hell, just for the record.
Yeah. I said I knew him. Not really friends or anything, but I can't really think of any other questions to ask. I'm just going to be more sort of taking down the coroner's statement as an anonymous source
Yeah.
and trying to write down some details and descriptions. Maybe there's some kind of a wild animal on the loose or something. Maybe some of these rich psychos just sick their dogs on him and drop the body off the top of a building.
Yeah.
If I spend a
And
point,
it must have been in that order because like the mauling was not was not out.
Right.
if I spend a point in biology or forensics, would I be able to tell what the cuts are from?
No point spend necessary.
Okay.
You would think like your best guess is animal. Like it doesn't seem to have been a
Nothing more
the
specific.
patterns are very irregular. It's more teeth and claws than knife or other implement. Also, a lot of it's hard to tell just because of the damage to the body
Sure.
from the extreme fall as well. But yeah, just the most specific you can really get is clearly some sort of animal before the fall, so before death. It was not posthumous.
Right.
It's not like a coyote came up, ate its corpse.
Mhm. Yeah. I guess I'm just wondering if it's, distinction between something like a bear or like a dog, something like that.
You really
to get a
can't
sense of.
tell.
Okay.
It's like some you're actually looking through. Some of the claws are seem different from other claws. Some of the teeth marks seem different from other teeth marks. It's pretty
Okay.
it could have been like a pack of animals, maybe of various animals, like torture. Maybe you're not quite sure. You're just you really can't sure.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I don't have a camera, but I don't know if you want to take any pictures there, Jerry, or if that's too morbid for you.
Yeah, the guy the coroner's like I'm already doing you a favor letting you down here. I'd rather not let
All right.
I don't think this needs to be in any papers, at least not this part.
I mean, if I don't think we want it for papers, but just for our own records to look at later, if put up on Albert's board.
He'll sort of look at you. You got any good social? I'd say that sounds like either reassurance or something along those lines.
I don't have a lot of interpersonal skills.
I've got all the social skills except intimidate. So I think if Mattson's going to be insisting, I'd be like, yeah, Doc, listen, this isn't going to get published in any paper, but it might just help us in the case if we have this to refer to later instead of having to bother you again and again. in case Doc here wants to take another look at the injuries and whatnot.
Sort of gives you an eye and it's like, all right, sure. I don't. Nobody needs to see this, and they don't need to know you got.
Tell you what, Doc, and I'll roll a new cigarette. How about you take a smoke break just for a minute?
You want to spend me a point if you want to be alone with the
No, I'm giving him an
Uh,
excuse. Like if
an
a camera
excuse, yeah.
flash goes off, it's like literally step out of the room for 10 seconds and then we can.
Yeah, okay. Then yeah, if that's all it is, then yeah, you can do so.
Yeah, I don't want to do weird things to the body.
Mm.
So yeah, just he does that. Open the messenger bag, pull out one of those cameras. It looks like a wallet. You open it up. There's a click. It has little flash bulbs along the top. One of them. All right. Well, guess that's all we came here for. I got nothing else.
Yeah. A lot more questions than answers, though. So I guess we'll see what Alberts and Elliot get.
Yeah.
All right, and I think with that we will smash cut to a well appointed building, sort of on the street on a street in the French Quarter. You step inside. There's a little bell on the door. It's large and airy, gleaming with polished wood, and you see small metal items, furniture, weapons, sculptures, jewelry, paintings.
With my bargaining skill, how much is this worth?
This is like anyone's like this is clearly a very high end
Yeah.
antique
So
shop.
he's got money too, this Avedon.
Yeah, this Amazon
Francois.
Yeah.
All right, follow my lead. We're gonna use your credentials as a police officer.
Yeah, sure. And he's like looking around. He's got a pretty decent occult, or he's got points in
Mhm.
occult. Does this like look legit, sort of occult?
You like it's sort of the baseline seems to be sort of mundane items, but as you sort of look like heading back towards where the counter
Yeah.
is, you can see there's on the shelves you see some legitimate Native and Central American native origin items of and legitimate too. Like he seems like it seems that there's not like a focus on the occult. This isn't like a voodoo shop or anything, but
Okay.
it's pretty there's clearly some genuinely very old things in here.
Okay.
And if you were told that this guy knew something about signs and sigils, you would believe it.
Yeah. Does the shop have a name, just for record keeping?
Yes, the sign outside would have been the Avedon Antiquarian Gallery.
That's
Yeah.
a long sign.
I let out a whistle. Well, he can certainly afford it.
You're not joking. I wouldn't mind having that kind of money.
Any attendance?
You see behind the counter there is seemingly a pretty large Hispanic man who's sort of has sort of looked up as the bell rang.
Mhm.
He's like,
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How can I help you?
I'm Chet Alberts, private investigator, and this is Officer Elliot here. We're
Officer?
looking for Avedon.
Sorry, he's currently out sick, but I can do whatever I can. Name's Vargas. Rodrigo Vargas.
Rodrigo Vargas. All right.
Yes, Vargas.
Can I use some flattery to get him to give the home address? Like, hey, you're a smart guy.
He's like,
This is important.
yeah. So
We're gonna really
leans
need to
in,
talk to Avedon here.
if you, I don't think currently you'll need a point spend, but he'll sort of lean forward. It's like, this is about the Gavin thing.
It's about. Sorry, can you say that again?
The Gavin thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
See, you put two and two together.
Yeah. Heard he took a bit of a fall. Was in the papers.
Right.
Yeah.
They were friends.
Not friends, but he came by asking Abdon about some weird symbol he saw. Abdon's much more into that state for stuff than I am.
Yeah.
He's like,
This? Yeah.
yeah, that one. Yeah. He's been, came in, he came in around 4 or 5 days ago, maybe. Uh, yeah, last time I saw that was the last time I saw Abaddon. He was talking about this. He wanted to go check his personal library. Said if he, see if he had anything about that. He sort of gestures at the symbol.
Right.
It's like,
And he's been out sick ever since.
yeah, he's been that sick.
Yeah, heard any communications, wellness check? Nothing.
I got the call. Maybe the second day he was gone. That he was, he said he was sick, but I've been watching the scalpel. He's been gone.
Right. Well, Mr. Vargos, this is important. We're gonna need his address.
Yeah, and with the Seshazi, you can tell like if either of you have a Seshazi, assume one of you
Yep.
do. You can tell he's got a like he's sort of like as you're sort of like now that someone's like actually coming to investigate, like you can see like he is very much easily putting the pieces together that there is something like he's starting to get more worried than he is. And then he's like, yeah, I get I mean I can show him to you. I mean he's he's not a private guy, I assume he just let you in, but he's but if you wanna
An address is all we need, and I'll use
That's all you
reassurance
need.
and whatnot.
all right, yeah, and he'll sort of provide you an address. Sort of he describes a few blocks from the antique shop, still in the French Quarter. Uh, there's a sort of a couple of higher end apartments surrounding a courtyard.
Mhm.
He'll sort of like describe it and give you the address.
Well, thank you for your time, Mr. Vargos. Do you have any questions, Elliot?
I was just gonna ask if he's frequently out sick, or right? That's something we would ask.
Yeah,
Ask away.
he's a pretty healthy guy.
Yeah,
Considering his
this
age.
seems
Considering
abnormal.
his
This
age.
is
Yeah,
abnormal.
I agree.
How old is Mr. Avedon?
Avedon's, early to late, he hard to know the exact age, probably 65 or so.
All right. Well, I think we'll take our leave, right?
Description.
Unless description.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know Mr. Avedon.
Describes stoutly built, small eyes. You'll see him. He's probably wearing wire rim glasses. Usually dresses quite pretty immaculately. You can see like dresses in the a way that would befit the shop
Yeah.
that sort of surrounds you. And Marcus is himself pretty well dressed as well.
Yeah.
He says you seem he'll sort of point things out to you while you're here. It's like you see he's got an eye for this kind for at least the antique side of thing himself. Just not seemingly anything. He doesn't even know a single thing about what that symbol means. He'll say as much.
Yeah.
Mm.
All right. Sorry. That's all I got.
All right.
Mr. Alberts.
Well, thank you for your time, Mr. Vargos, and we'll walk out. I'll go for the fist bump to Elliot. Like, nice job, officer. On the way out.
Thanks. I'm getting the hang of this private side.
Good. Take every advantage you can get, and I'll pop in some more gum. Start chewing.
And you can chew as you walk down the street. It's as I said, not far. You'll pass through. There's a couple of gay drinkers, sort of.
No, I
partying
jerk
in
my
the
eyes.
street.
I
Yeah.
can't look at that. And you notice, like, I flinch.
It's yeah. He doesn't have the courage to he doesn't see equals to reassure you, so he's just kind of gotta pointedly not notice this. Maybe yeah. So what's the plan? I don't know if these are nice enough. Do you think I'll have like a servant or something?
You see, as you're sort of approaching, you can see there's once again these sort of like it's a very nice looking set of
Mhm.
apartments. Sort of like this large iron gate, sort of up the front. You see, there's a second story balcony that's sort of along all the apartments that overlooks the courtyard.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
as we're walking, let's talk plan. No offense, but you're very descriptive. People are gonna like know who you are and be able to describe you.
Yeah.
We knock on the door for a wellness check. If he doesn't answer, we're not the police, so we can break in. If you're feeling a little daring, it'll be difficult.
I mean, they always. My boss was always kind of an asshole, but he had this theory that you heard a shout for help. that kind of just gave you permission,
That's a good
and
one.
it's wild what other people don't hear during the day.
But when it happens, we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Yeah,
Nice place.
yeah. I should get into the antiquarian business. Damn.
All right. With Streetwise, will our outfits currently give us a disadvantage in this nice apartment block neighborhood?
You're sort of looking. You need someone to let you in, yeah, but you could,
I think a good
with your streetwise,
disguise.
yeah. If you'd like, would you like to
I would
make a
love to
disguise
roll
roll?
disguise. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I get any bonuses for spending some of that extra money I earned from the
I think
previous
I'll let
bargaining?
you. Yeah, I think
Oh,
I'll give you like I'll lower the difficulty for you.
great. This is a conversation. I love it. All right. I am going to spend 2 points on the disguise here.
Damn, look at that 2-point disguise.
I know. That is going to be a 5.
All right, yeah. And
Total.
I think with that point, you'll sort of be able to you can sort of like as you're looking around, you can see there's a couple of these drunkards sort of around, and like you could definitely like slip a couple bit of cash, like get some of these nicer looking coats to sort of cover up the rest of your, sort of the dirt and grime on you.
All right. Sounds good. You take one of these. I'll take this one. Looks like it fits. Okay. Nice.
Cutting mighty fine. Why don't we just look like this when people come into the office?
Money, man.
Yeah, damn.
They say this depression, unprecedented.
I'm sure it'll turn around anytime. And
Right,
like
and
knocks on the
so you'll sort of approach what they have this sort of large iron gate. You sort of, then eventually you'll
Oh
sort of
yeah,
see
buzz.
there is a doorman who will sort of, you know, take a look at you. Is like, were you here to visit
We're here to visit Avedon.
Francois Avedon?
Francois Avedon.
Yes. Yes, Mr. Avedon is will he sort of like opens the gates and he'll point you towards one of the apartment. Each of these apartments is sort of like they're basically all a bunch of like two-story buildings. They're all
Yeah.
pretty much like
Oh,
they're
yep.
apartments in that they're all in a complex. They're all more like houses, like in their own right. He'll
I feel
point you
so
to one of
confident
them.
at
He'll
playing
put,
Trail. This is good.
mhm. He'll point you at one of them, and you'll see all of the curtains are drawn over all the windows.
Hmm. Okay. Hmm. Recluse
Yeah, that's
values his
worrying
privacy.
sign. Yeah, I don't know. People get kind of funny in their old age sometimes. They maybe just doesn't like the light.
Oh, shall we?
Yeah,
Is he on the second floor, first floor?
All of the apartments are two stories. So
yeah,
he puts you to like one like basically there's like sort of if you're imagining like a U shape, this is the entire like left wing is
yeah.
of this two-story building is just
Mhm. And the
Yeah.
entrance is the front door that's facing outside, or is it from a hallway?
yeah. So all there's like basically there's like four front doors that are all facing the courtyard.
Okay.
Okay, courtyard.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. Yep.
That's gonna make it a little harder. All right.
But
Well, it's enough.
yeah, I'll go. Yeah, knock, knock, knock.
Yeah. So you knock on the door. There is a you sort of see you sort of hear pitter patter. The door doesn't open. You just hear sort of from behind the door. Who are you? What do you want?
Francois, we're looking for you. This is related to the Gavin suicide.
You
We
hear
need your
that and
help.
it's like, I have nothing to offer you. Go away.
Ooh, okay. Can I use kind of my intimidation? Like, hey, something tells me your life's in danger, and we have information that might
Yeah, you
change.
like if you would like to use your intimidate, he
Yeah,
will.
I
Oh,
would.
he's sort of like you see it's classic like chain on the door, sort of
Hmm.
like slightly opened. You see this wild looking eye from sort of behind the door. He sees you. He's watching you. It's him.
Who? Who?
They're his eyes, all of them.
Why don't we have a conversation over some tea?
No, no. You must know he's here, right now, in this city. This is Carcosa now.
Who's here? Carcosa what?
He'll keep you he'll walk the city, looking and taking all the color till it's all gone from the world.
Take the
All the
color.
life and all the colors. He'll take everything good about you and leave you hollow.
Right. Gavin,
Find you.
he's gonna find me.
He will find you. And like you
Well,
see, like
taken aback here.
it's him. Nothing will be left except for him. The king in yellow.
The king in yellow.
I would do. Stop looking into this. And he like slams the door behind you. Or like in front of you.
Is that how this normally should go?
That guy was a nutcase.
I'm honestly, he's like a little speechless of this. Like,
Same here.
I assume he knew about Gavin's death from what he's saying. Uh, I mean, I've seen like paranoia before, right? Like, we've seen people that have this kind of thing. It's weird. I guess is that what he knows?
I don't know. You seem to have a good handle on like urban legends and the occult.
Yeah.
Anything mean?
Yeah.
Any of what
Do
he says
I?
mean anything to you?
Would you like to spend me a point of occult?
Sure. I'd still have one in the tank.
Alright.
Nice.
So you spend this point, and that name's right on the tip of your tongue. There was, the city. It's a very, it's New Orleans. There's a very heavy French population, so or at least a lot of French immigrants. So in the there's something about a play in France, maybe a decade or two ago.
Okay.
Your sort of thing. You would need to do. You think you could probably find something neat at like a library. You need to look
Yeah.
really deep into it, but.
Yeah, I'll the name that the Carcosa, the king, does ring a bell. They called it like La Roy and Juan or something. Uh, I'm sorry, I don't speak French, so I don't. Yeah, we might be able to find it in like the artist's quarter. Like they might have it. I remember people getting kind of weird about it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's sort of where the occult angle sort of comes in. Like
Yeah.
there were rumors that it was banned for pretty strange reasons.
Yeah. I think it might be like it might feed into these like paranoias, like people read it and they start, and he kind of gestures towards the building. Yeah, they start getting panicky about stuff.
Right. Let's meet up at Marlene's
Yeah,
and share our information with Matson and Jerry.
sounds good. I'll go hail a taxi.
I'll keep the nice jacket.
All right. So you'll be you'll be on your way, and eventually you'll all sort of arrive at the New Orleans Gazette. It's sort of like this little it's sort of like maybe 4 or 5 story office building,
Okay.
brick with a large sign over the top of the building. And eventually, and sort of the 4 of you will sort of converge on the spot at around the same time.
Sounds good. So we're at the Gazette. We're gonna meet up. We're gonna have dinner afterward. But did you find anything good?
Well, he didn't jump.
He didn't jump.
No.
You got pictures?
I think he was killed elsewhere, maybe by animals.
Animals?
Do you think?
I know my
you think-
animals.
Yeah, I mean, we have to get the pictures developed, right? We don't
Right,
have
yeah.
them.
What do you think?
Yeah.
This is some kind of instant camera? That's science fiction, kid.
That is. That is.
We're at least 2 decades out from that.
Huh?
But if some of these rich people maybe have like a dog fighting ring or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'd have to like analyze how deep the gouges are and claw to
Hmm.
maybe get a gauge of how large this animal would be. You sure you
Right.
didn't jump out of? You said did you mention something about him jumping, falling higher than the building?
Much higher than
All
the
right.
building.
So
Yeah,
what? He
he's
jumped out of an aeroplane, or he got launched up, or he got slammed into the ground a little harder?
I
Something.
mean, could be any of the above. Uh, I don't know how he could have gotten so high up though.
He got picked up by a
Especially
giant fucking eagle, for all we know.
Mm,
especially already potentially already being dead.
right.
So are the
So
dogs up in the plane too?
With these rich freaks, who knows? Maybe.
Could be alligators too. I'm just, in terms of things that might chomp on people.
Could be snakes on the plane.
Oh, I wasn't thinking on the plane, honestly. But
uh,
maybe.
so what we found out was that Francois Avedon, complete nutcase,
Yeah.
seems to have lost it.
He's talking about some king taking the colors and that it's not New Orleans anymore. He's got like a fixation on being watched. Like he's paranoid that something's watching us, and he seems to think curtains will keep it out.
Seems like some old timer doesn't like what we're doing with Mardi Gras these days.
I mean, it could be that. I mean, Jerry, are you sure you weren't followed? I mean, you and uh, you and your boss there, Charles. Is it possible that somebody's trying to keep Gavin's death a suicide?
As someone who tends to follow people for a main occupation, I'm pretty good at noticing if someone's following me. And unless they're damn good at it, no.
Seems like Abaddon didn't need to be warned. He already knew. If that's what
You
he's being
said
warned
Gavin
about.
was talking to him, though, right?
Right. Yeah, they met up about 4 to 5 days ago. Gavin was asking about the sign, the symbol. And then ever since then, Avedon has lost it. Called out sick, hasn't been showing up to work. He looked real bad, like
Hmm.
hasn't taken care of himself, which is very, very strange considering he is well off. People, especially art dealers and antiquarians, they got to keep up appearances.
Speaking of which, you get to get some new duds.
Yes, we pilfered these off some drunks in order to get into a nicer area.
Oh, I mean, you probably should give them back though, right?
Yeah,
We paid.
yes, we did.
Well, Chet paid.
I paid.
All right.
Hell of a way to use your per diem, I guess, but you do you, boss.
Hey, it's better than catching sorry. Yeah.
Chewing my
Uh,
gum harder.
anyways, I was thinking I might go into the morgue here at the newspaper and look up and see because this he was talking about like a play, like the stuff he was talking about is from a play, I should say. So I wonder if maybe it got put on and he attended and like something freaked him out about that.
Oh, that'll be in the arts and leisure section. You need to talk to Janine for that one.
Okay.
But I can show you around a bit. Now, finally, we're doing something I'm good at, right?
Hey.
And yeah, on that note, I'll probably head inside for an occupational benefit. Of course, I already have access to the newspaper morgues and can get people to fetch information a little better. It says that mechanically, when I use oral history or library use around newspaper morgues or reporters, I get results as quickly as if I had spent a point from that
Yeah.
relevant ability.
Nice.
So I
Yeah,
think
you
I
know,
may.
you know your way around here. Like you're bouncing between all of like the desks at the bullpen. You're like, you go talk to Janine, like, hey, you have any stories about that? Sort of like, if I do, it'll be in this section of the morgue stuff. Like, so you're real,
Yeah.
like you are in your element, or bouncing around all these like basically this entire like screaming bullpen. You see Sunstrom more in his element as well. The rest of you see like there are he's sort of like walking around the office like he's basically being assaulted by all these different reporters like handing him stories. So like shit, shit, shit. This one's good. Trade it. You know, it's it's the middle of Mardi Gras, so there's a lot of stories to go around.
Yeah. So I think in terms of strategizing for them, I want to try and get these three set up somewhere in the newspaper morgues to read through a bunch of articles and things. And then I'm going to keep milling around the bullpen area and use oral history to see if there's any other kind of rumors. I imagine Gavin's death has sent some waves through it, but we really haven't had time to slow down and process. So if there are any rumors, I'm assuming it's individual people, and also asking about this Avedon character.
Sunstrom did mention we should look at his desk too.
Oh yeah, that too.
Yeah, and that's the first place you go, and Sunstrom sort of has given you full rating. You'll find sort of as you sort of unlock the desk and pull out, you will see there is a notebook that you assume would be that would have his most recent notes. And I will send you a handout with all the relevant ones if you would like to read them out. That will go in the Discord chat.
Ho ho! Look at this.
Ooh.
These guys can't spell crew to save their lives.
Most honorable crew of swords. Dennis Bouchard is chairman. Pretty boy like him, this should be interesting. Antiques may be a way into the interview? Come on, Gavin, maybe two words. Jesus. Creighton, oil roughneck, a tough guy, hard to get along with. Holy smokes, temper. Criminal record, no surprise. Sticks ain't like some thumb with these high society folks. No wonder he's irritated. Oh, sticks out like a sore thumb. Gavin needs to work on his handwriting. Fowler, quiet, still in mourning. Who was she talking to back there? Some kind of voodoo man? Name? Warehouse. What a dump. More decorations. Workers seem pretty shifty. What's with these yellow designs? Why do these things glow? Something in the paint? Connection to voodoo? Should talk to Avedon. Supposed to be an expert on runes and such. So there's your fellow right there.
And also among the notes, you will find there are sort of general names and addresses for each of these three individuals listed. You'll find Chet Brighton, oil wildcatter, struck it big 7 years ago and became a millionaire overnight. Reputation of that of a roughneck trying to be accepted in more genteel society circles. He's got a gorgeous young wife, half his age, and a long list of minor criminal charges. So mainly assault, drunkenness, and bribery. Dennis Bouchard, old money, all in sound investments. Family's been in New Orleans since early 1700s. Has a home in the fashionable Garden District. From the notes, Bouchard appears to be a happy-go-lucky playboy, compulsive gambler, and collector of fine antiques. He's the chairman of the Swords crew, so he's sort of he's the one with like the society. Seems to be the one with the real society connections. Lastly is Rosa Fowler, whose fortune rests on shipping companies and railroads. Family used to go by the name of Lafleur, but was changed after the Civil War after Gaston Lafleur's reputation as a notorious slave trader. And that's our you'll get you'll get addresses for all of those individuals as well. Far as so that's sort of and around the bullpen, that's sort of what that's sort of what you'll get. Everyone who sort of like had been talking to Gavin will sort of like tell you, he was really interested in this sword crew. Seemed to be something funky, maybe a cult. That sort of seems to be the sort of the word about the street, and you'll get that sort of pretty much as soon as you get in the start of the notes. For the other three looking through the morgue, what exactly are you looking for?
I'm looking for this play, and maybe like the symbol if they ever run across it. That's what his kind of thought process is.
Yeah.
I'm looking for similar deaths, falling deaths.
Mhm. Yeah. So looking for the similar falling deaths. There are a couple of mentions of suicide by fall, but nothing as strange as the Gavin case.
Okay,
Um,
I figured.
for Ralph, looking into this play, because you did spend that point, you like will be able to sort of like look through these articles, and you find exactly one reference where a very rare like it's only because of how hugely he paid out for it. One very rare copy of The King in Yellow fell into the hands of one Francois Avedon about a decade back.
Ooh, okay.
The book is not the book. There's no photo of the book,
Yeah.
but the book is described as being bound in black snakeskin with a symbol on the cover, seemingly uh, showing three snakes similar to three snakes surrounding a central point.
Yeah, this that confirms in his mind like the obsession sort of side of it. Like this guy got a book and he's just lost his marbles, obsessed with it.
Maybe we should ask to borrow it.
Yeah,
Pay him a second visit.
yeah, I think that's probably a good idea. Now that we know, we can kind of play into it, maybe, you know.
And James, are there any things you're sort of looking into?
I think similar to Albert's, I was thinking about the death and if there are any similar. I'm thinking more the animal angle than the falling angle.
Yeah. Once again, sort of like they'll report when a crocodile gets or an alligator gets a hold of someone, but it's really sort of nothing that at all
Right.
resembles Kevin's stuff.
And if that comes up to nothing, could we look up the crew of swords?
Yeah, and you can find there's a list of the list of the offices. They seem to be a staple in the sort of they've been doing this for quite a few years. Organizing various parades and such. Uh, you will find there is references to a yearly masquerade ball they put on the night before Mardi Gras.
Is there a record of Fowler's loss? It said that Fowler's still in mourning.
Yeah, you'll find as you're looking through there is a single article that describes a Rosa Fowler around this time just last year was in a horrific motor accident which killed both her husband and her child.
I'll in my journal, I'll start making like a little calendar. Mardi Gras, how many days is that in total?
It is, I
So it's
believe,
the
in
26th,
exactly a
right?
week.
1 week.
Yeah. So
Masquerade Ball is gonna be 1 day before Mardi Gras.
yeah, so it'll be like the night of the night of Monday because Mardi Gras is on Tuesday.
How many people are in the crew of swords? Like, if he's the chairman, they're kind of the money. Do
Yeah,
they have like a bunch of people under them?
there would be a few sort of office workers, and you'll find references to those offices and their various bits and bobs around there. But yeah, the three these are the three who are actually sort of in control of it.
Yeah. And just so I'm clear on what I was hearing, Mardi Gras is a week away from now, or
Yes,
it's a
week away.
week
So
long. Okay.
yeah, it is a week. So it's sort of both. Like it's currently going. Like you are in the week leading up to Mardi Gras, which is
Yep.
more Mardi Gras until the big day. Where
Yeah.
like throughout this entire week, there's going to be like parades and such, but nothing that's really going to close up the street like
Yeah.
the big one on Tuesday. Yeah, and these sort of like masquerade balls are very common, sort of especially around the high society around this time.
Does Avedon like kind of looking at the art stuff? is he involved in any plays normally? Like, is he in
No,
the
he's like
theater community? Okay.
no. He seemed like the article you saw seemed to imply like he wanted because it was rare and old,
Yep.
not because it was
Perfect.
he doesn't seem to like be any sort of artist himself.
Does it say how recent the Fowler deaths
No.
were?
About this time last year.
Oh, okay.
And while they're all in the morgue looking up all of this, I want to use oral history and mill around with the other reporters. Now, after finding these documents in Gavin's desk, I think I want to ask if there are any events or ways in to get in contact with some of these high society folks. Like, does Bouchard have some kind of a regular tennis game that you can meet up with him?
Your
Or
your general vibe seems to be that Crichton doesn't talk to shit. Crichton's a like your vibe sort of seems from Crichton. You're seeing like up and coming crime lord is where you're getting out of Crichton. Um, Bouchard's your way as far as anyone's concerned. Like he's a pretty boy. He likes he pals around, lots of parties, lots of gambling. Like he's a guy who's easy to catch and seems to be of the friendly sort enough to actually talk to people.
And then Rosa Fowler.
Yeah, Rosa Fowler, as mentioned sort of earlier, staple of high society until about a year ago, which would line up with the deaths. It seems that she sort of retreated after her family.
And then, is there any information on things that these three would like? If we were going to try to find a way to show it prepared in their good graces, like I'm assuming with Crichton, I'm just going to have a bottle of whiskey handy. He's probably going to call it piss, but whatever, I try. And then, like with Bouchard and Fowler, if there's any things that we should say or not say to try and grease the proverbial wheels.
You've sort of gotten a little bit of that. Seems like Bouchard he likes antiques and he likes gambling. One of the two. He doesn't seem to be a guy who holds that many taboos in his life. Crichton, you really want, like, according to the note, temper. He's irritated. Probably someone you really want to be, tiptoe around.
Yeah, is there anything that he likes besides his own money?
Not that anyone really has anything to say about.
That sounds like a fun guy.
He's got a new wife, so
Fowler's sort of like a year ago. You could probably get into like a you would probably like you really need to be in sort of the high society to meet, but she's sort of a staple around that space. Mm-hmm. Now she seems to be a little bit more close, but still seems to be holding this ball. She does seem to be on the list of attendance for this ball. There are like advertisements and such that sort of like it seems that this ball is going to be happening at her home. So similarly, she may be having a coming back party in a way.
And then, do we have any real connection then between these three and the Crew of Swords? Like, do they tend to sponsor the Crew of Swords?
Yes, they basically these are the Crew of
Swords. These my mistake.
Like Bouchard's the chairman of the crew, so he's like the real like talking to people side. Fowler seems to be a lot of the money behind it. Crichton, you're not sure. Maybe if he's like working oil, maybe supplies workers. Maybe you're not quite sure where Crichton fits in. And it didn't seem like Gavin really understood either. As that sticks out like a sore thumb.
Gotcha. I had thought that the crew was like just kind of a unionized group of workers or something that would make the float.
It really is, but like these are the leaders of the crew.
Yeah. Can we figure out where this warehouse is? If this honorable Crew of Swords is like well known, would they have an area maybe on the docks or at a rail yard or something? Thanks to Fowler.
As far as a warehouse, you would probably need to check in at like their office spaces first. Like there's nothing like on record like this is the crew's warehouse. Probably something they don't even like own. Probably something like rent year to year. So
right,
really
that's where I didn't know if the reporters happened to know about it.
Nothing on the reporters.
Okay.
Another reporter, it seems like this was really like Gavin cut this out for himself, really.
Gotcha. Okay.
A lot of
Well-
this is like talking from like various rumors, stuff that's been going around for a long while. Like anything that's sort of specific to this exact time period seems to be really what Gavin was like really hooked into himself.
Yeah. Based on what we know about Fowler too, if she's dealing with a voodoo man, and is still in mourning, contacting spirits, she might be inclined in that direction, right? Like she might be searching for something that the typical faith can't get you.
She also might be a weak link because she retreated from the group.
Yeah.
I can't help but notice that your Mr. Avedon character happens to specialize in some kind of runes and is well known in that antiques dealer profession. So, if we can manage to bring him onto our side, then maybe he can give us an in with Bouchard. Maybe have a generous donation, or at least give up the illusion of one to pique Bouchard's interest in wanting to talk.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I agree. That'd be certainly attention catching, but I wouldn't count on him to be exactly a character witness, if you will.
Mm.
A little
He
bit
was
more
all
of
sorts of
drag out
messed up.
the yeah.
You think he's a danger to himself?
Possibly. I do want to see him again.
Yeah.
Preferably after a nice dinner.
Yeah. I have,
Do all
That's-
detectives think with their stomach so much?
When food's hard to come by.
yeah.
Can't work on an empty stomach.
Yeah, we might have more luck too earlier in the morning with Avedon. I've had, family that's older like that, and yeah, morning's easier.
Okay.
So dinner?
Yep, Marlene's right down the street.
Dr. Manson, are you coming along? Anything else you need?
Nothing I can think of.
All right, and as we've hit around noon, as our group of investigators start heading out for dinner, I think that's where we are going to call our first session of Tell Me, have you seen the yellow sign?
Nice.
It was taking everything in my control not to ask Avedon that.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, have you seen this?
Have you
I
seen
think
it? I read it.
we should have shown him the yellow sign
Yeah. Yeah, we'll get there.
next time.
Yeah.
If he's still alive.
Yeah.
I did want to do sort of session, a stars and wishes for every session for this, because that's sort of how I, sort of gauge what's going on in people's heads.
All right.
So I do have a star. I really love how deep like you've been getting into Jerry. I really like very hard on the noir, the hard noir vibes on Jerry. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
As far as a wish, we're a little too early for me to really have any expectations here. So I don't really, and I have no complaints. So I think I'm pretty, I don't really have much of a wish, except I hope that we get to meet next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Star, I am really enjoying the system. I feel super competent as like an investigator, and it makes me feel good. So
Yeah, I don't have a specific star, just this whole session. This has been a lot of fun. It's getting into the weeds of that investigation vibe. I like that there's lots of leads already, and then for every one thing that we answer, we come up with 3 or 4 other leads to keep sprawling out. So it seems like it'll be a really fun investigation. I'm very excited.
Mm-hmm.
one wish is I would like to see what makes more of a difference between second edition. I know this is a beta versus the first edition of Trail.
I think really it's so similar. Like it's really it's really just a couple of streamlined back end things and stuff like they like there was the old book Rough Magics that had the advanced magic system that's just in the book now.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
So it's really just bringing how they described it is basically the same game, but with 12 years of gumshoe experience on making it run slightly better.
Yeah, it felt
Yeah,
easier making a character this time without having that, like, how do I make this cheap? Like, the point spin gets cheaper when I do this, because that was always, like, mathy. Star, I like the crew. It's a good crew. This feels like a detective game right here. I
Yeah.
can I can see the you know, I can see Chet falling off the wagon, Dr. Madsen holding down like the sane side of things. Jerry getting shot in a back alley because he's following up a lead. Yeah, just wish is more of that noir. I'm liking it.
Love it.
Yeah.
Great job.
Yeah,
Any
Nathan,
sort
you
of wishes
stole mine.
from Beth?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Beth.
Oh,
You
that
stole
makes
my
sense.
star. It was just everybody's characters I really enjoy.
Yeah.
I always enjoy how you guys sort of have that unique thing, and you're very good at choosing very specific character notes, and I really appreciate that, and I
Same.
admire that for all of you. No favorites. And wishes, just a wish for me to learn the system more.
Yeah.
That's
And
all.
we'll assuming to get into it. Yeah, that's one of the things I like about this system is like how quickly when you're just in like the investigative shit, like it just gets the fuck out of the way. It's just like,
Yeah.
do I want to do something cool? I spend a point. Otherwise, do I have a skill? I can do it.
Yeah.
Like as Alex mentioned, it's very like you are the best like that's what I mentioned earlier. Like you are the best investigator you know.
It's reminding me a lot of how lately, especially, I've been running Delta Green just off of passive values and like maybe 1 or 3 rolls in a given session. And I like that this even feels less gamey, but more like a movie or something. That it's just like, we're going to find the stuff. If we want to have a breakthrough, we can spend a bit extra, but it's facilitating a very cinematic feel to things. Like you said, it gets out of the way.
Time to play Fall of Delta Green.
Yeah, information as a resource rather than like a chance thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like that's the big like a lot of people who don't like gumshoe. I feel like sort of don't like. There's the first thing of like assuming that you get every clue just by being in the scene, which you don't. You have to like say, I have the skill. Here's how
You
I'm
kind of
gonna
have
do
to
it.
shift
But,
how your brain works.
yeah, you do.
From
It's like you
traditional
gotta
role-playing
think.
game.
You gotta think instead of less about rolling dice and more about asking the right question.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
what can I do?
That really, yeah.
Your skills are more helpful to sort of generate a prompt for, okay, I know there's something around here. So let's say I want to use this and try and actually role play your way through what sorts of questions you would be asking. That it's less of I roll spot hidden, I find it. And yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I find that really like it does like and that's why I love it for purist games. Like because it's so like cinematic, like it's in the way that like Cthulhu Dark just is like, yeah, you're in it and then it like it'll get like it gets a bit more crunchy than Cthulhu Dark once you get like combat or something like that. But like it's so simple that really it really helps keep in the tone and keep in the game.
Oh, my wish is a long-term wish. I'm excited to hear what changes like you've made to reanimate this and
Yeah,
bring it
there's
up.
there's like one huge one that really changes everything, and then
Putting
a
it in
couple
the
of
yellow
other
sign.
small little changes.
It's
I wonder
actually
if this.
Nyarlathotep.
It's actually not.
No,
If these old Call of Cthulhu modules, it's like might as well like you be. It happens sometimes, yeah.
I am very like I'm trying hard not to make jokes like when it was Beware of Screech, I'm like, Saved by the Bell, what are we doing here? It's way too early. All right, awesome. Well, let's get into the plugs section before we close out for the day.
Alright.
We'll start with Beth, since I know Beth has something to plug.
Just David behavior.
Yeah.
Got Camp Damascus, the second part coming out soon. Probably.
Camp
Well, I mean,
to
I assume by
Damascus.
the time.
Yeah, by the time
sorry,
this is out, probably out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
really
it.
good. Talk through it. It's great.
Thanks.
I don't do too many of these part 1, part 2s though, because I'm like now only halfway through the book.
I know. I'm sorry. I couldn't do the whole thing.
Yeah, it's a good discussion.
It's meaty.
Yeah. Xander, anything you want to plug?
I don't know when it'll be out, but I've got my Cthulhu by Gaslight introductory scenario, The Light
Awesome.
on the Hill, which may be out when this is out, but also might not be. It depends on how much time I have to like do all the art and stuff because I'm doing it all myself.
Nice.
If you want to do it, if you want if it's out by the time this is out, and if you want a Cthulhu by Gaslight scenario specifically written for brand new players, it'll be, if it's out, you'll have it.
It'll be in the links if it's out.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, and Lex, plug us, please.
You're already listening to RPG Reanimators, so thank you, and please listen to more. Special thanks to the folks that support us on Patreon, including Beth and Xander, as well as Sawyer, Scott, and Chance. In case I haven't added the specific shout outs in some podcast episodes yet, I'm sorry. I just try my best. So, yeah, thank you all especially, and thanks everyone for listening. This has been great.
All right. Yeah.
Perfectly done. I love it. All right. Well, thanks for listening to another It's Alive actual play of Trail of Cthulhu. And tell me, have you seen the yellow sign?
God damn it! I was going to do that.
Bye.
Bye. Later.
Thanks for listening. Be sure to check out the RPG Reanimators podcast for horror scenario reviews, interviews, gaming discussions, and more.